Hello, underground comic lovers and millennials. If you've clicked on this video, you probably already know what time it is, but today we're going to be making a zine, which is quite literally on my bingo card for 2025. Alright, I printed out a mock version with all my sketches, just to kind of see, one, how I place everything, and roughly what it's going to look like. I had made like a little map of like everything, and I put the symbols so I knew when I printed it how it needed to be oriented. So roughly this should match this. So we're gonna fold this up right now. Okay, interesting realization. Some of these are not aligned, specifically the ones that are backwards. I just realized that when I flip them, these are mirrored. Let me make sure that I'm correct. Yeah, all the ones that were printed upside down, I accidentally flipped them. That's interesting. Okay, so technically, let's put this back to right. Technically, this should be this way, that way, that's this way, yeah, that one's correct. So I do have to redo when I flip them, which direction I flip them in, so, see, that's how you do a little mockup, so you figure out what you did wrong. But this is helpful, this is cute, I dig it, oh my god, I love it. Alright, let's carry on. I wanted to talk a little bit about the inspiration behind making this zine. As always, there's a bunch of things that have been swirling around in my little mind that finally culminated into creating something. So I've been thinking a lot about retro futuristic fashion. Yes, if you've seen any movie, Xenon, Back to the Future, Fifth Element, futuristic fashion is kind of the name of the game, and it's fun and it's bright futuristic fashion, as compared to the 2024 film Uglies. Yes, low-key, she inspired me to make this turn. Uglies is a book series that I read as a teenager growing up, and it finally, after going through like developmental hell, finally became a movie, and the movie was mid at best. It wasn't very good, but one thing that really irked me is the choices for the fashion in this movie, because this is supposed to be this world where beauty is idealized, you know, and all the costumes just look like the reject bin from Descendants. It's just not, it wasn't inspired, okay? That is not to say that Descendants had bad costuming. I do think there's a time and place for everything, and I think Descendants costume made sense for what that movie was, but it really just didn't fit, at least to me, for what Uglies was trying to do. But it really got me thinking about how we used to interpret fashion in media, and how it used to be very hopeful and bright and poppy. It was kind of like this vision of the future that was more optimistic than the visions of the future that we kind of have now. Maybe for obvious reasons. So I watched Uglies. I wasn't that thrilled with many of the things in that movie, and it really got me thinking a lot about trying to make something that emulated the fashion choices that I kind of wanted to see again in movies. That movie that depicted the future specifically. And I really toyed with what I would do as far as like retrofuturism would go. It was honestly, for a minute there, it was going to be maybe an illustration, maybe doing like some sort of comic that's set, the setting is in some sort of near future. Wasn't sure where I was going to go with it. And Delia's catalogs have kind of always been in the back of my mind whenever I'm like looking for reference for poses, for outfits or something, like an outfit of the day thing. I do tend to like pull up Delia's catalogs because the vibe of Delia's catalogs obviously is like very teen girl, fun, irreverent. Like that's kind of like the whole thing that they're going for, where it's like not your mom's catalog type of type of thing. The poses are, to use an overused word, quirky. So I really wanted, when it, like I don't know exactly when it clicks for me to do something like that, to put the two of them together, but somewhere along the way it did click, like, hey, that would be fun. And here we are. This is how we got to where we are, and I had a blast doing it, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of struggled a little bit coming up with the outfits. Shout out to the internet for helping me out. I was looking up a lot of 2000s like ads and stuff. TLC, Black, like those bands really helped pull together the inspiration for making some of these outfits. But this was really fun. I actually kind of want to do another one, but specific to more like 60s futurism, because that's also a very fun and specific time. But I really enjoyed myself. I might expand on this. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about it. Do you think I should make this a zine for sale? All that good stuff. Like I'm really enjoying playing with it right now. So thoughts, feelings, comments are welcome in regards to what to do next. Hello. So I'm very excited. Most of the illustration work is done for the zine. Most of it's already completed, and honestly I would be finished, except for the fact that Zendaya and Law Roach decided that of course Retrofuture is a great idea, love that for us, and they just did a brand campaign thing with On that is Retrofuturistic. That was the inspiration. And so I've decided that I needed to put one more page because I really liked the idea with some of the looks. So specifically, this is my little mock-up here. I had left this page at the back, just a regular back page, and I was gonna put kind of like my info there. And I'm still gonna put my info on the back page, but I'm gonna add some illustration thingies to the back. So always have that one spare just in case inspiration hits, I suppose. But in the interim, because I'm sketching everything out for that last page, but in the interim I've laid out my pages and I'm adding all the text treatment so that it looks like Super Delia's catalog. I'm going to show you what we're working with. So let me go to the camera, work that out. Okay, so as you can see here, I have all my pages laid out, right? And I'm basically going through and adding the text to each page. So it's gonna say just like random things. I've labeled each. I say each, just not each. I've labeled some of the clothes and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of giving them names and giving like little comments like available in multiple colors, blah blah blah. And in these boxes the price is gonna be there. I'm just debating how like ridiculous I'm gonna be with the price. Like, should I make it comparable to real life? Should I make it a completely different dollar system outside of the US? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with that. But in the meantime, I'm just going ahead and like adding all those text treatments. I found, and move this over, bear with me, move the camera up, boop. I found like internet archives that have Delia's catalogs, and so I've just been flipping through these and like reading things that they have in there, how they've labeled things, and trying to mimic that with mine. It's been fun. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm working on. I'll move this back over. Yeah. You guys, I made up a money symbol. Let's do that. It's an ampersand in the same font as this, and then a bracket. What is it? The little arrow? Hold on, I'll just type it. It's that thing. So I just layered them on top of each other and made it a shape, and that's our money symbol. Don't ask me what that means. Okay, this is our first like in color test print. I do have to mess around with the bleed settings again because I've been trying to get it to go full bleed, but it still doesn't do it, and it's cutting things off. Particularly, I think you see it more with like this one right here, the visit. I don't know if you can see that, but it's supposed to say visit us at, and part of that got cut off. But for the purposes of folding and testing that everything looks neat, this will do. So let's do that. This is it, the final zine. It looks so good. You can see all my trial and errors. I do have a little bit of a little ink spot where my printer is being funky. I gotta clean it before I do multiple copies, but I think we nailed it on the look and on the vibe. I'm very excited about it. Well, that's it for the Delia's catalog today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things down below. New videos on my channel every other Saturday. That was my cat co-signing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope to catch you on the internet sometime. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.